Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So new Joey cards, they were revealed earlier today, so let's take a look. On first sight you might think that these are not good. It's hit or miss. A couple of them are actually really solid. The card of the new support is this one. So Dark Time Wizard, quick play spell, essentially a couple of effects. It's a searcher for the entire archetype, so that's already solid. Plus it can get itself back during the end phase, and that's super nifty. So potential splashable engines. Looking at those featuring not all of the new cards, but this new Dark Time Wizard quick play spell is definitely a solid one. What's the gimmick? So they got a couple of new monsters, one of them being the Panther Warrior. It's, you know, it's searchable off of Tenki, obviously. Small downside, essentially you have to tribute a monster from field or hand. It's a quick effect, so it works during your opponent's turn. To special summon any of your, well, looking at your Alligator Sword, basically to special summon it from the deck. This will trigger Alligator Sword's effect. Again, whenever summoned, you can search 2, discard 1 basically. So search 2 spells and traps and then discard essentially 1 card. Some of the spells and traps have the nifty effect that they actually want to be in the graveyard in order to be used, banished to gain those beneficial effects. They got 2 new traps, one of them being the Grave Robber, you know, OG Grave Robber from back in the day. This of course is much better, does a lot more, it has a graveyard effect that it kinda can DD Crow a spell from your opponent. Well, instead of banishing, it sets it on your side of the field, so totally awesome ones. Heretics. There's a couple of engines you could play. Mitsuruki is definitely one of them because the Panther Warrior tributes a monster, right? So this triggers your Mitsu stuff, but I think most people are just fed up with Mitsu, so we're not using that. Another option, and I was looking for Omni negation stuff, is the Gimmicks one. And as you see, because it has been spoiled already, is Heretics. OG, good old school Heretics. And sure, you're playing the brick, the normal brick, but like, look, you're playing so many ways to discard stuff. This deck with this, your Alligator Sword, has a built-in effect to search to Destiny draw-wise, get 2 cards to discard 1, your brick basically. So I think it's fine to run at least 1 brick. But it's a really cool deck. Like the idea, I like it because again, the Gimmicks synchro is not once per turn. Just if you have the capability to banish, well, it's per attribute. So as you know, like against Dracortail or most decks, that's really strong. Banishing fire, water, wind, because all the attributes basically are here. Okay, Azami's, again, your archetype, your Joey cards, they are playing cards that can work in the graveyard, banish themselves, pop something, search, etc. So Diablo Star package definitely makes sense. Plus, Panther Warrior tributes a monster, so I'm looking at one of the Azamina fusions. Oh, things work well together, and you know, it's basically the engine of nowadays, right? Looking at the Dark Magician stuff. Oh, this is neat. So they have 2 monsters. We chain the quick play spell. We toss a coin. Toss a coin. It's late. Toss a coin. If you call it right, we Raigeki my opponent's board. If you call it wrong, I destroy my own board, my monsters. Which, imagine if you destroy your own monsters, then it's okay, because now you can like cheat out the new Red Eyes fusion. Essentially, whenever a monster is destroyed by this new Time Wizard quick play spell, works on your opponent's side of the field or your field, you can kaiju-wise get out this new Red Eyes fusion. It's not that strong, it's unaffected by monster effects and spells, so Imperm does hit it, and upon summon you can reborn essentially a monster, which, it's nifty, but it's not the best boss monster, it's not Dragoon level wise, right? Anyway, so Typhon hits the field. Okay, another powerful card here is Reversal Box. It's very similar to what is it called? You know, whenever your opponent declares an attack, you have to toss a coin. If you call it right, what is it? It's on the top of my tongue. Anyway, so fairly the same, but Reversal Box again. Every semi-phase, you roll a dice up until 6. Put counters on that same amount you rolled, and then every time if your opponent activates a monster effect or declares an attack, you can again get rid of one counter and then toss a coin, essentially to either negate the monster's effect and lower the attack, if you call it right. So that's actually strong. Because again, back in the day with those... I think it's a card from Pharaoh's Servant or Labyrinth of Nightmare. Oh, I think it's... Anyway. So, establish our board, go for the Gimmicks synchro. Essentially, I think we have most attributes in the graveyard. Dark Light, Heretics, Earth. Again, basically the attributes, right? Basically the attributes that are super popular nowadays. Going second, as you saw, the deck is able to run hand traps, obviously. 9 to 12 non-engine hand traps, non-engine stuff, but probably more. I'm not maximizing on a couple of them. Like the new Scapegoat is nifty, but it does lock you. So it's a hit or miss card. But again, it's searchable, so I don't think I need to main deck more. Anyway, so let's see. 2 hand traps down. We were able to prevent the field spell search plus draw, but again, Detonator's a problem. Could be a problem because Detonator prevents destruction. So now here, if we toss a coin, well, if you Raigeki their board, they just prevent the destruction. So this won't trigger our Kaiju Red Eyes. So we do trigger, hope that I not hit, not connect, so that I destroy my own board, so I can Kaiju away their one of their monsters, you know, by going for the new Red Eyes fusion. So that's nifty, right? You can basically a Kaiju, and you can tribute your opponent's monsters away. Well, at least one monster. Anyway, so here, if they go in with one monster, we can capitalize on it. So during the main phase, essentially, up to 4 tokens, basically, because now we can special summon Panther Warrior, because your opponent controls a monster. It's a quick play spell, a quick play effect, right? Tribute the monster and then special summon basically Alligator Sword, or the Legendary Fisherman, which is a pop. So it's a disruption. That's a guaranteed disruption, right? That's nifty. So, toss a coin, let's see, we miss. So everything is destroyed. I mean, that's bizarre, like back in the day, like normal summon Time Wizard every time you call it wrong. Every freaking time. But I mean, it's fine, we can tribute their monster away, reborn something, and go from there. So our Magician Engine, and this should be more than. Last one going first. Oh, and that's the deal, is of course this hand trap, this deck is weak. Really weak to hand traps. Like here, you're sacrificing, you're committing your summon to Panther Warrior, you're tributing a monster, minusing yourself, for your opponent to just imperm you, right? And you know, you commit your normal summon, so it's iffy, it's really iffy. But Heretics do help out, so JNX hits a field, and now, yeah, we just put up a double Omni plus draw. Again, far too strong, and of course, keep in mind, I think, again, most attributes are in the graveyard. Light, dark, what else? Earth, I assume. Wind, maybe? Yeah, essentially. We are getting a draw, I believe. We should be able to get a draw as well at Gaze. We keep Witch in hand, which will be discarded. This is the Heretic, what is it called? The Heretic Searcher, the Rota. So, we are negating that on. We chain, whatchamacallit, Gaze to go for Dragoon, just in case. This is Dragotil, which is again very stock. We have our GNX monster, which basically negates the entire deck. So this should be our tool. Negate Lucias. Branded Fusion is getting negated by Dragoon. Discarding Witch to get its effect, basically, and giving us follow a play for next turn. And do we know the last cards? I don't think so. No, we didn't. And yeah, we can still banish the Dark to negate the Search effect. And now we can just go for it. So this new support, like as a standalone deck, I don't think it's worth it yet. I'm not so sure if actually, you know, we are expecting more support. But as a nifty engine, and you know, that new Time Wizard card, keep an eye out for that one, as this one. Dark Time Wizard as a splashable engine, splashable card, really nifty to, you know, cheat out Kaiju Eyes or Red Eyes. That's something really nifty. Okay, so guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a card or like. If you enjoyed the video, leave them signing out. Peace.